Ayo, face reveal? Actually, no. I already had a face reveal in the first video that I sent.
Hi, everybody.
I don't mind me. This is just how I look on a daily basis. I just got myself a microphone so that I can make videos because my normal volume is kind of low, so I just thought this would be neat to use and stuff. But yeah, New Praise Day is gonna be a video on how I made this bad boy right here. Frankie's KeyTar for Amped Up Frankie. Warning, I don't have a lot of footage when making this because I don't film my entire process all the time, so yeah, what you gonna do? I'm gonna meet my favorite baby from Monster Energy 3. And yeah, I thought I'd show you the process on how I made that right there. That God, I'm pretty bad at filming sideways. I've never filmed sideways before that often, so excuse me on that part. But yeah, anyways, on to the video. Hello, I'm going to be doing a voiceover for this segment to explain what I did at first. So for starters, I went to good old Walgreens after I went to Spirit Halloween to go and grab the thing that I need to make the KeyTar. While I was looking around, I found trifold poster board, which I thought would work pretty well. Yeah. The main reason I decided to not go with cardboard was because despite that I am good at using cardboard for crafts and stuff like that, I knew that it wasn't going to be sturdy enough to hold up for an entire night, or for cosplay in general. So we got our poster board, we got our hot glue. It is time to start KeyTar Phase 1. So for KeyTar Phase 1, all I really had to do was draw out the shape of the KeyTar in large form in multiple pieces. For Phase 2, I took all those pieces that I had and glued them all together to get this, and put it together like a sandwich. For Phase 3, I just had to construct most of the body. For Phase 4, or which I like to call Phase French Fry, I had to make tons of small rectangles so that I could make them into the keys, and glue them all individually onto the KeyTar, as well as adding the buttons and other parts of the KeyTar. Lastly, for the building segment, all I had to do was just add the additional pieces and glue them together, and the building portion was complete. This took about a couple days. Now let's move on to the painting segment. So when painting the KeyTar, I had to mostly look at the actual small KeyTar that I had for reference. But I started with the simplest part of painting it, which was painting the entire back silver. And this is how it turned out after. I initially at first was planning to paint the whole entire KeyTar with spray paint, but when I was going out, I knew that I wasn't going to be able to find any, and the spray paint that my grandmother already had were pretty similar colors to what the KeyTar looked like, but they weren't the exact colors. I at first didn't want to go with full-on painting with a paintbrush because I thought it would be a very tedious process, and I'm a very impatient bitch. But then I just decided, you know what, screw it, we're just gonna do this anyways. I don't care how long it takes. Anyways, let's move on. So anyways, we're moving on to the segment where I'm painting the entire top of the KeyTar. As you can see in the sped up footage, like I said multiple times, I'm using the small KeyTar as a reference point. So for this part, I'm obviously going off of the front, and one big detail I noticed is that with the gradient of the colors on the KeyTar, it fades from like a hot pink to a purplish color to a light blue, and then lastly it fades to like a darkish blue color. So based off of the reference, I tried my best to mix all the colors respectively to the gradients so that I could get the respective colors on the KeyTar as accurate as I could. And honestly, it took some time, but I think I did a pretty good job with it. After painting the base coat,
one eternity later,
it ended up looking like this. And with that, we move on to painting all the smaller details. So for this next section, I had to paint all the small details, which include all the buttons, which you can see I painted green. Not only that, but also painting all the individual keys, which was very time-consuming. but also taking on the challenge of painting one of the most prominent parts of the KeyTar, which was the circuit board detail that's all over the KeyTar. This was a bit of a challenge considering that I'd have to use different schemes of blue, considering that I was using multiple different shades of blue on the KeyTar for the ombre effect. And now here's me painting on top of the keys on the KeyTar individually. But over here I kind of realized I made a mistake with the pattern of the keys where I painted one where it wasn't supposed to be.
I may have made a mistake. It's okay, I can fix it though.
Pinties on the keyboard, my back hurts so bad!
My cat is eating. And I'm gonna continue on this.
Anyways, I hope you liked my little number. But I continue to pursue in painting all of these keys despite my back problems. Not only that, but also continuously jamming to my playlist.
It's so exhausting.
After a continuous long period of time, continuously looking at the tiny keyboard so I make sure I'm getting everything right, and my back increasingly adding more pain, I finally finished the keys. And also add in the other details on the KeyTar. Talking in the video, but I can't unmute it because I'm playing the Living Tombstone in the background. But basically what I'm saying is that I had a difficult time with trying to do the circuit board details because I'm not the best when it comes to steady lines. I'm also explaining that I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to use for the strap because I don't know what the heck I'm doing. Anyways, moving on to the final segment. So basically here I am just trying to figure out what I'm going to use to attach the strap that I got. At first I'm debating if the shoelace I got will work, but I kind of realize it's too long.
I think shoelace is a bit of a bad move. Unless I can find some fabric.
But then I decided to start looking in my fabric bag to see if I could find any fabric, and I found an old t-shirt that I could use.
Wait, maybe I could use a bit of the shirt fabric. I'm just a bit nervous because this is a little bit heavy. I mean, it's lightweight, so it should be fine. But I'm just nervous it's not going to look good. This section should be okay.
So I start cutting off a chunk of the t-shirt and then try and cut it into like small rectangles to make into the hoops so that I can attach the strap. And now for a moment of my singing voice actually sounding good, or decent.
You've been sneaking out of heaven like what his eyes closed. 'Cause there's no way he's just letting you fall from the stars and get in my car. Go to my place. You take off your halo. I don't think that's the words. You've been sneaking out of heaven. High key. Austin night is a night, not my knight in shining armor.
I time-lapsed this section a little bit, but the reason I cut so slow with the scissors is so I don't cut my fingers off. But I mean, to be fair, don't we all?
Doing some more cutting and placing the fabric making sure it's in the right place I want it.
For some reason my voiceover stopped working where it wouldn't let me record my voice.
More cutting of the fabric.
Nervous that this isn't gonna look good. Nervous about that. Okay, hopefully this hot glue can hold up. If not, I'll be pissed. What it smells like? It smells like break. here should be okay. Okay. Let's just put it right here. Patiently wait for that glue to dry. And then hope for the best, because I'm nervous that this stuff is not going to last long. Where's the other piece that I cut in half? Wait, is this it?
Trying to figure out how. I'm gonna glue the other piece on. I figure it out and move it to a good position so it ain't all up in my face.
Making sure the fabric is even.
Chop chop.
Please, hot glue gods. Please make this stay. Launch my crap. I worked too hard on this.
Okay, my voiceover is back and it's working again. Okay, so once I finish putting on the things that are going to help me attach my strap thing onto the KeyTar, it is time for me to then add the strap onto the KeyTar. When I was looking at it at first, I thought it wasn't going to be long enough for the KeyTar, but I was wrong. It was actually pretty long enough. So, yeah. Here's me attaching it, making sure it's stable enough. The KeyTar itself is pretty lightweight because obviously it's made of poster board material, so I think it should be okay. Adding more hot glue for protection so it's more stable. And we should be good to go. Yay! And now for the moment of truth.
It actually works. Wow. I made a good investment in this strap. I could... Wait, let me see if I can carry this on my bigger. Oh yeah. Wait.
Anyways, guys, if you made it to the end of this video, then yeah, I hope you enjoyed the process of the making of this thing. Making the KeyTar took quite some time. Not like a long time, but at least like half of the month at least from what I remember. But yeah, I am very proud of this thing. This is probably one of my biggest like prop things that I've made. So yeah. If you are new, please make sure to I don't write scripts, so I'm not good at this. If you are a new subscriber, please feel free to like, share, comment, whatever you do for the YouTube algorithm. And yeah, catch you on the flip side, and happy Halloween.